Hello and welcome to the Crescendo podcast, a show where we highlight upcoming and current artists from the UK and beyond. I'm so thrilled to welcome our next guest, who is an amazing artist from Stockton-on-Tees, who blends soul, jazz, R&B influences, and thoughtful and emotional songwriting. Her work often explores personal experiences, reflection, and vulnerability, creating music that feels both intimate and relatable. Renowned for electrifying live performances and supported by BBC introducing Tees Music Alliance, Generator, Sonic Futures, and PRS Foundation, she has shared the stage with soul legends Alexander O'Neill and appeared at major festivals including Kendall Calling and Soundwaves Festival. Marina, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. Hello.
It's so good. So good to have you. To be fair, you're one of the first artists that actually asked me to do an interview together.
There you go.
It's such a privilege for me because I never get asked. No, I'm joking, but if somebody comes my way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I
Yeah.
love chatting to people and meeting new
Yeah.
people and
Yeah, of course.
saw
Yeah.
some of the things that you've done and it was really cool. Wanted to get involved.
Good. Thank you. That's like I love your music so much. Like I listen to it the last few days. Just been listening so much to it. Maybe your Spotify's been bombarded a bit, but hey,
Thank you very much.
many artists can trace their musical roots to like something in particular, like hearing an artist for the first time they were young, or performing in school, or discovering songwriting. So, what do you think about your journey as an artist so far?
So, my journey so far has been really interesting. I definitely think I've grown over the last few years, in my writing, but also like my performance style. I started off just doing like solo performances, just me and my keyboard, and now I perform with a band, which is amazing. So I think my sound's developed, my live sound anyway from that. I've always loved jazz, soul, and R&B music, so that's definitely kind of stuck throughout. But yeah, I think just the more that you're writing, the more that you're collaborating with others, the more kind of you solidify your identity as a musician and kind of really understand who you are as an artist.
Yeah, like how did you find your music identity? Like, there's so many different kinds of like stuff, mashups and stuff. Like, how did you find it?
Yeah, I think I grew up listening to a lot of old soul and like old like jazz standards and stuff. My dad listened to a lot of soul music growing up, and my sister, who's 10 years older than me, she did a jazz degree and she was my singing teacher when I was young. So she taught me all the jazz stuff. And then I had another sister who listened to a lot of R&B in the house. So yeah, I just loved those three genres. It was kind of like in COVID, really, when we were in lockdown. I had the opportunity to obviously listen to a lot more music than usual because suddenly I had all this time, letting Spotify kind of choose music for me. So I'd listen to one song and then it would lead me to something else. And I was kind of blown away with this idea that the three could be kind of put together. So you might have like a jazz vocalist, but with some kind of really funky, soulful bass lines, or the other way around, like more of like a rhythmic R&B static melody line with the vocals, but then these beautiful jazz chords underneath. And I was really like, whoa, the worlds can kind of collide, and different elements of these genres coming through in different parts and stuff. And I think I was really kind of excited by that. And that was when I started like really taking songwriting seriously and that kind of thing.
Yeah, like it all sounds from somewhere, isn't it? Like, but
Definitely.
well, I like your sound. I like the way you fuse everything together. Because if you think about it, everything it's basically just parts that you just bring together. It sounds similar.
Yeah. I think at the moment in the industry, it is still very much encouraged to kind of pick a lane and stay within it. But I've never been very good at fitting in a box. And I just thought, well, why start now? It's not going to work for me.
Yeah, of course. But it must be, well, I don't know whether it's daunting or not, but you did start with a band.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you say more?
Like a previous project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a long time ago now. I was involved in a band called the Lulas, and they were kind of a band. I don't think they were called the Lulas at the time, but they were already kind of a band, and I joined after. So they had a few songs already. So it was kind of my role in like altering them and rewriting stuff so it still felt like authentic for me to be singing and performing. And I loved it. Like, it was my first real delve into the original music world, and I learned so much and had so much fun in that project. But obviously, even writing something fresh, you're collaborating with 4 different musicians, so you don't have full creative control, of course. And yeah, there was definitely points where, I would have liked to have took it in a slightly different direction. And it didn't happen that way, which was absolutely fine. Like, I owe so much of my confidence now in my songwriting to that journey, and I have a lot of respect for those guys. Because before then, I was writing myself, but I just wasn't very confident with what I was doing. Whereas in the band, it was more like top line writing. So there would be music, and I was just writing the kind of lyrics and the melody part, which I felt more comfortable with at that point. But yeah, I think it just made me realize that I wanted to have a little bit more say in the direction that the music was going in. But yeah, it was a really, really great experience.
Yeah, I mean, it's called enjoy the ride. Basically, it's a ride. To be fair.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But look at your music now. Like it sounds so different. Like the way who came up with all those like musical ideas? Was it the band? Was
yeah, so it depends on the tune, really. But yeah, so even now, obviously, I'm writing everything on my own, but then I am taking it to musicians and making it, like a full band song. So there's definitely elements that change and things like that. And I'm still collaborating, but I guess with it being my project, I just have like that little bit more control over it, I suppose. But I love the collaborating aspect of working with other musicians. I think that's what really makes the magic. And sometimes they hear things that I don't hear, and yeah, only good can come from, using other people's opinions and ideas. But I think it just helps logistically having one person that can just be like, okay, we're going to go with this. I think sometimes it is hard when everyone's got that equal say. And if you all think something different, where do you go?
um really just how was the transition like, from being a band to like it must be so big to like just I'm with a band like 24 hours, 7 days a week, and then now I'm just doing everything. Well,
On my
arranging things
own.
alone. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, at first, it wasn't really, I didn't really think it was going to get to where it is today. It was kind of the band ended, the Lulas, and I, just wasn't, well, I was writing, but I wasn't really expecting anything to happen with these songs. And then I kind of just completely started from scratch and just went to an open mic and just thought, I've got these songs. I wonder how it'll feel to share them with people, because that was something completely different. They were very, stripped back, intimate songs, rather than me rocking out on the stage with the Lulas and singing about like all their experiences as well as my own. This was completely personal to me. So I kind of just enjoyed the process of just seeing what people thought about them and basically growing my confidence and my experience as a solo performer. Because before then, I wasn't accompanying myself on any gigs or anything like that. So even just getting used to the multitasking of, wanting to engage with my audience and sing, but also what on earth are these chords that I'm playing? And
yeah, yeah.
so
I mean, it
that was
must,
an
yeah.
experience.
It must be so hard. Like, I mean, now you're comfortable with that, like doing the chords and everything. It's
Kind
crazy.
of, yeah, I am. I'm confident in that setting, but I still much prefer just the singing part, to be completely honest, because that's where I can just really just go for it and yeah, not be in my head, which I don't get to do very often.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the point, isn't it? Like, it's so good to collaborate with other people.
Hmm.
I mean, you do a lot of jazz soul stuff. Like in the future, would you work with like I don't know, like orchestras or some
Would
ensemble?
love that.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God. I went to watch Ray in Manchester a couple of weeks ago, and just that is like, just, yeah, that is heaven on earth to me.
She must have so many people, like, and it's so it's not just expensive, but it's so hard
Yeah.
to bring people everybody together.
I think the thing is what I've learned, because the original music industry, especially when you're starting out, there's not that much money to pay all these really talented musicians that you need. So I've been very lucky that, if people believe in the project, and they like what you're doing and you're a nice person and they kind of like see that other opportunities could come from it. you've got to just. I mean, I've been lucky that they've been happy to work with me.
Yeah, good. That's all I wanna hear, so
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
thank you.
Yeah. It's like so, I mean, every song carries its own story and emotion, that kind of thing. Like, when you're doing your lyrics, like, does songwriting come just naturally, or does it
I mean, there's definitely days where songs will just pour out of me, and there's definitely other days where you might write a verse and chorus and then not really sure where it's going to go after that. And so sometimes I'll take a break from it and then revisit the idea a little bit later. Sometimes I'll share it with like a friend or a band member or that kind of thing and get their opinion on it. Because sometimes it's nice to just have someone go, "Oh, I like that." Just even something as simple as that. It's like, okay, like just give me that little bit more reassurance that it's an idea worth exploring because every songwriter is different, but my head is just bursting with music and lyrics and stuff all the time. So a challenge for me is like zoning in on one. I sometimes have like, 20 songs going at once, which is probably not the best thing to
not the
do,
best
but
thing? No, no, it's not, but maybe you could write something about that, to be fair, like, "Oh, you have
oh,
so many ideas, it just wants to pop out," and, like yeah, yeah, that's good. I want to bring you to one of your songs, Emily. Like, I was watching something somewhere, and you were talking like, "Oh, I created this song for my friend, and I was gonna surprise her with it." Can you tell me more
yeah,
about that? Yeah,
yeah, yes. It was actually my keyboard player and friend Alex Shepherd. He brought this kind of demo idea to me, which was like the music of Emily, basically. And I was like, "Oh my god, I love that! Like, please can we use it with my stuff?" And as soon as I heard it, it just gave me that like fun, bouncy, like happy
yeah,
vibe, and it just immediately brought me to thinking of my friend Emily. He was like the kind of person that as soon as you see them, you just suddenly feel better. Like you've had a bad day, that little face just brightens you up, just gives you that positivity. And that line, "Oh, I wish I could be a little more like Emily," literally was there within under a minute in my head. I was like, this is what I'm going to write about. So, yeah, I wanted to write the song about Emily because, like I said, it just came to me straight away, reminded me of her. And I think we'd wrote it maybe a month or two before I had a headline show coming up. And I wasn't sure whether it was going to be ready for the show. Yeah, we were just experimenting with it really. And it's quite a tricky one to play. It's quite intricate. There's a lot going on. But as soon as I knew, it's looking like we can do this in the gig, I was like, I'm not going to tell her because I just thought like how cool it would be to surprise her with it. And yeah, it absolutely made a night. And I was so excited to do that bit.
yeah. I hope you do more of that in the future, to be fair.
Well, I'm all
It
about
just
like
come out,
surprises
yeah,
and
yeah, okay, I'm sure you are. What do other people say about the song, like, when they first heard it or, like, maybe comments from
yeah.
people?
I think it was against a slightly different avenue that I'd been down. Like it was just a bit more like funky, groovy to previous songs that I'd done. So I think people were really excited about this sound. They thought it was catchy chorus. And yeah, I think one thing that I was really surprised, well, not surprised, but like I was happy that people were getting from it was like the meaning behind it. Like I love that because I do take a lot of time with my lyrics. Like I do think I'm quite like a lyric proud songwriter. So yeah, it's a really upbeat, happy song. But if you actually break it down, I'm basically saying, I wish I could be like you. I see that you're really confident. I see that you're not worrying about things. You're just living your life. So, yeah, like the message behind the song was getting to people about the fact that sometimes we look at other people and think they have it all figured out. But it's kind of important to, make sure that we are admiring these people, but in a world where they kind of try and, compare, especially women or pit women against each other. It's like, no, I'm allowed to see all these good things in you, but that doesn't mean that I'm any less.
Yeah. You talk about women, basically, it was Women's Day yesterday, which is
Yeah.
crazy, and you want to tell about your new music that you want to come out with?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so yesterday I announced my next single, which is very exciting. It's called Did It Again. And I've been playing this song live for quite a while now. And it's always like the last song in the set because it's really fun and funky and just yeah, a great tune. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for it to be out in the world. And hopefully, yeah, everyone will enjoy it.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, if you look at the industry right now, there's so many women artists. in the
Mm,
music scene and the way that they have like their own styles and that kind of thing. Like
absolutely.
when you were growing up, like you're seeing more and more of them coming about, not just those from like long time ago, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
modern time.
I think there's always been incredible female artists in the world. It's just when the industry wants to kind of shine a light on them. I think that's like the important takeaway is that they're always there. There's always women writing music and doing amazing things, but it's like actually, seeing them on the lineup, seeing them getting the radio play and the recognition that they deserve. That's kind of what's probably improving. I'm not going to say like we're totally there yet, but it's, people are making the effort. And when they're not, they're being called out on it. And that's really
Yeah, of
important.
course. Yeah, and I think that more artists should be out there and doing their stuff and like
Mm.
maybe doing it full time and not just as a part time thing. Performing live is such a unique experience for any musician. Like when we have any audiences, and then they become immediately like, "Wow, this is a great song," or they're literally singing your own song,
Yeah.
which could be surprising for you, is it?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I can never get my head around it when I do shows and people actually have heard the song. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like yeah, the when you record them, like how do you record your song?
I've done it a few different ways, really. But yeah, normally going to the studio, obviously now working with the band, like getting the drums down and then just kind of layering the instruments. But we normally go in knowing the arrangement and knowing how we want it to sound. Um, Trying to be like make the most of the time in there, I suppose. But yeah, and then it's kind of when you're in there making little changes and stuff and adding new ideas once you hear it kind of all laid up is really cool. I really like that bit. Adding those like little extra intricate bits that maybe not everyone picks out, but the odd person will be like, "Ooh, there's that little, different guitar riff, or they've done like a little slide here, or all of that good stuff."
Yeah, like when you perform live as well, like you want the kind of atmosphere of just how you're gonna sing the parts, yes, but then the instrumentalists can do whatever they want to do, like yeah,
Exactly. That's what I like. I love recording, don't get me wrong, but yeah, being on stage is my favorite part of this whole
yeah,
thing.
of course,
Because like what you were saying, I think as well, a lot of artists now, they want the live sound to sound exactly the same as the track. I'm kind of happy for that not to be the case. I kind of love like the extra little solos, the breakdowns, the like stripping everything back and then building it back up, like changing the time signature randomly, like all this crazy stuff. That is what I think live gigs should be. Like, oh my gosh, now they're doing this and now they're doing that.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, do you prefer like just you playing or together, or like do you like the like good mix of it being live performance?
I think a good mix of it. I do definitely want to do more with the band because I feel like nowhere near as many people as I want to have seen like this version of the live set have yet. So I definitely want to do more with the band, but I do think it's important for me to keep doing the stripped down stuff because that is at the end of the day what got me to where I am. I think it's nice to do those small intimate ones where I can really have conversations with everyone and really get down to the nitty gritty of what the songs are about and stuff because I think that's really important too. Like I love that part of a gig where you learn more about the artist, learn more about the meaning behind the songs and stuff. And sometimes, if you've only got a 30-minute slot at a festival or a support slot or whatever, you can't do that bit. So it's only really the headline shows. And then when I get to do these strip back stuff that I'm not on a time frame, I can just
Yeah,
really
to do
do
whatever you want.
exact just how I like it.
That's how you like it. Yeah. How have your audiences been like? You've been to a lot of gigs and that kind of thing. Like how has that changed the way you look at music and performing live?
Yeah, connecting with people is the best. Like, I love that. I love seeing people's reactions to songs. I love chatting to people after and, them saying what their favorite song was or, whether I was different to how they expected in one way or another, or if they didn't know who I was and now like they're excited to be like a part of the journey.
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing. So I think I'm always a little bit nervous before I go on stage. Then I'm on having the best time of my life. Then I'm always a little bit nervous after, like, oh, Like, I want to chat to people. What are they going to say? And then as soon as I start talking to everyone, again, I'm just back to like living my best life.
So good. Like, have you been on tour before? Like, not yeah.
No,
You
not
should
yet.
do it. You should do it,
Yeah, I
really.
know. So, touch wood, like back end of this year, I'll have like a full EP out. And then I'm hoping next year will be the year where, because I'll have lots and lots of music out by then, that I can, get out on the road one way or another.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what would be the one place you would like to perform at?
Oh, that's such a good question. Do you know what? At the moment, I really don't mind just any new city, just trying to get in front of as many new faces as possible. I've only really, apart from playing Kendall Carlin and stuff, really played like around the northeast. So just anywhere a little bit further afield, I think would be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you have so many places. Like, I used to be in Portsmouth, and I say this every episode, but I used to be in Portsmouth, and the music scene there is just quite strong as well.
Cool.
Yeah, so you should go around the south, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be so much fun. Like I've spoken to multiple people already, multiple artists already, and they're telling me like you should do this. Yeah. So you're the first person who hasn't done a tour properly yet, but you know, yeah, it's gonna start soon.
Thank
Fingers
you.
crossed, of
Yeah.
course.
Thank you.
So recently you started a new series on YouTube, which is it sounds so fun. It looks so great. Like, and you did say it was one of your New Year's resolution.
That's right.
Like 2 episodes in, I'm so I love the Sweet Love by Anita Baker, that cover.
Oh, thank you.
I love it so much because I listened to a lot of well, I was growing up, I was listening to a lot of like traditionally old ones as well.
Yeah, nice.
And YouTube is it's so good. But I mean, you haven't posted much, but do you feel like the way it connects with fans, like does it help?
Yeah, I think so. So I've like I said, or like you said, sorry, I've not put that much on before, just bits and pieces, really. But and I basically, yeah, obviously social media is so powerful. You can reach so many new audiences, and I try on all. Like I say, I try on all of them. I felt like I was trying on Instagram, Facebook, and then dabbling in TikTok. But my demographic is more like I don't know, 23, 24 and above or whatever. And I know obviously that's a big number, but I do think TikTok is a lot of younger people as well. So as much as I want to be on there, I was thinking, well, who's actually coming to my shows and stuff? And that's probably slightly even older again, which is more YouTube era as well. And I thought longer videos are fun because I love watching, people talking and learning about people and their personalities and stuff. So I just thought it's something that I can do, there's no budget required. It's just me on my laptop in my little office room. Let's see what happens type thing. But I was really surprised, like putting a video on and then someone will comment they're watching from somewhere the other side of the world. Like, how
Yeah,
cool is that?
crazy.
And even like YouTube shorts and stuff, like getting comments from people who haven't heard of me before and then they'll subscribe. So I'm nearly on 100 subscribers, which for
Ugh,
me is amazing
it's
because I was
big.
only
Yeah,
on like 60 or something in January, and I feel like a YouTube subscribe is like that's a commitment. Like you have to like that person.
such a commitment. Talk about
I
this
think it
podcast.
is. It's not. Yeah, I just think a YouTube subscribe is such a bigger commitment than a follow on TikTok or Instagram. I just think it's like it means a lot.
Of course it does because people want to constantly like know you better. I can still have my own bubble, but at least people can know who I am and how I do my music and that kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you plan to like put more vloggy stuff there? Because I know you have some on Instagram, and this is a bit short, but it's
Yeah, I think it's so hard, isn't it, getting the balance between living your life and just living your life through posting about your life. I think I'm possibly the type of person who can sometimes be an all or nothing kind of gal. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot of balance at the moment. So I think, yeah, when I'm doing something exciting, whether like back in the studio or whatever, I do think that kind of vlogging thing would be great, but I definitely think it's nice to keep some stuff for other bits and pieces. Yeah, I definitely want to be being posting more about the journey and the growth on YouTube.
yeah, of course, yeah. But there's a question that comes out from this, like Do you feel sometimes that you get burnt out from things?
Yeah, it's so hard though because I love it so much. So I don't want to stop. I think that's what I struggle with. It's not that I want to not be doing all this stuff all the time. It's that I know that I shouldn't. So for
Yeah.
me, it's like my voice. As soon as my voice is tired, that's when I listen because I know how important it is. Whether I'm singing or talking, like I need that to work.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I grew up doing classical and singing as well.
Nice.
So I understand how people feel when, "Oh, I'm so tired," like, after, like, 5 performances in, like,
Mm.
6 weeks or something like that, and it just feels so I need to relax now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What do you feel like as you grew up, as you're going back to growing up again, but as you grew up, like, how did you manage everything? Like, learn how to not only the techniques of playing chords and that kind of thing, but also, like, just having it always chugging, as you would say.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm not gonna lie, I think it's probably something I'm still figuring out. Like, I think it's always gonna be something I'm figuring out because like I said, I love what I do. I love every aspect of it. I'm very lucky for that. And I feel like because I know that I'm lucky as well, I almost want to work even harder because I'm like, you get to do this, you enjoy doing it, you know what you need to do, like do it.
Yeah,
And you do, but then yeah, it's obviously can be tiring and it's hard a lot of it as well. But yeah, I think making time for rest. I have like other hobbies that aren't music related, which I think is really important because I didn't used to really. Um, but I'm not the kind of person that like can just sit in front of the TV for a long time, or I can't really sit still for very long. Obviously, if I'm writing or whatever, like even though that's sitting still, my brain's so busy that it doesn't feel like it. But yeah, I do struggle to relax. So I kind of have to swap one thing for something else. So whether that's exercise or going for a walk or
yeah.
that kind of thing.
And you always know that you have, like, family, your partner around with you and
Exactly. Yeah.
such good support, like, it's
Yeah.
crazy, like, has your family always been supporting you, like, crazy?
Yeah, absolutely. I come from a very musical background, so there's always been like all of my family doing a lot of different things. But yeah, no, they do. They make sure they're at all my shows. They're always shouting about my new releases and stuff. So yeah, I am very lucky in that aspect.
Yeah, like and, like, if your friends, like, when they go to your gigs and, like, they just share with everybody else, and, "Oh, it's so good, like, you should come and listen to my friend." So, it's so great she's my friend, and do you appreciate these people just constantly coming back for more music?
Yeah,
And yeah.
it it actually like gets me really emotional sometimes
Mhm.
because it's so nice to work hard at something and not only like the people that you care about and love you regard like completely separate to your music and your work like them rooting for you, but to have people that don't know you personally, but have got to know you through your music and through your career when they like feel part of it and are rooting for you as well. I find that bit like really like touching and a bit like it takes me aback basically.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, like, it's just the support and everything, it just helps so much. And I support you too now, so
Thank you. Thank you
that's
very
good,
much.
isn't it? And let's talk about, like, musical inspirations, which is definitely not in the script that I wrote, isn't it? So, I love listening to Aretha Franklin, I love to
Yeah, yeah,
listen to,
yeah.
like, all those what are your biggest musical influences, like, from long time ago and now?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was gonna say you definitely noticed Aretha Franklin on that.
Yeah, big hit
Amy
there.
Winehouse, Lauryn Hill, Olivia Dean's obviously a new one. But Ella Fitzgerald, like proper old jazz singers. I loved Nora Jones. Well, still love Nora Jones, but I've
Yeah,
like listened to Nora Jones ever since I was like really, really little. Corinne Bailey Ray, I've loved all her like early stuff.
there's a
All the way.
lot, there's a lot.
Like I said, like I'm
Ray,
obsessed
yeah,
with Ray at the moment.
crazy.
Yeah, Etta James.
Do you like, you're writing your songs,
Mm.
do you put, like, those kinda influences into it, like, or you just think about the lyrics, or how is it?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Yeah.
I think I haven't before, but I think now when I'm writing, I need to try and almost visualize how I want the full sound to be rather than me just writing it. So now I'm kind of like trying to write and be like, okay, I would like this to feel like, and then try and think of like a song that has that same kind of mood or like groove or something. But I think it's probably comes out more in my voice than the chords and the style that way on my end, because that's my instrument. And that's probably just, me listening to them and then picking up on like the emotion or um, the rawness or the intricacies and like little runs or whatever. But yeah, I definitely get told like there's a lot of soul in my voice. And I think that comes from I'm quite an emotional person. So if I'm singing about something with meaning, like you will hear it, which is the same with like Amy Winehouse and stuff. Yeah, I like all that.
Yeah. And do you think being an emotional person or being like an empathetic person really helps in the songwriting?
I think so because I think, especially in this day and age, people can really see through stuff that isn't authentic. And I can't write anything that's not got some kind of connection to me, something that's happened around me or something I've heard or something in the world, like whatever it is. I'll only sing about things that matter or that have some kind of story, and I will tell that story.
Yeah. Which is so good. Like let's skip a bit. I really like one of your songs that I need to remember what it is now.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Sing a
Tell
little bit,
me
Trevor.
what
We
it is.
can figure it out.
It's crazy because I listen to everything and like this one with the piano parts,
Okay, so it's one of the stripped down ones.
the stripped down ones. Yeah.
So there's one that's called I Will Be There and one that's called
Yeah.
What You Deserve.
I think what you deserve is crazy.
Oh, thank
Because I love piano as well, so, like, it's
yeah.
crazy, like, how did that came about? Like, that's my favorite song.
I love the story. So the actual song I wrote about one of my other best friends, and she was just like really worried that she wasn't going to meet anyone. And it's a lovely story because she has actually in a lovely, happy relationship now. So I love the happy ending of that one. But I played a gig, just me and my keyboard, and one of my friends, who's an incredibly talented pianist called James Harrison, came to watch it. And after he watched that gig, he texted me saying he wanted to help me record the song. So he has like a home studio. So I went to his and we just recorded it in his home studio. So it's him playing on that track and it's absolutely
That's great.
incredible. But I always have to tell people when I do it live, do not expect that beautiful piano instrumental in the
The
middle because you will
instrumental
not be
and
getting that from
yeah.
me.
It's hard, isn't it? Like, yeah, that's why you need people around you to do that kind of thing.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but, like you have keyboards as well, but it's so nice just to hear an actual piano.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, like but I like I love the song so much. I think that's the most the song that I listen to most.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
which is
really
I
nice.
really like. It's so bare. It's not simple. It's
Yeah,
simpler.
yeah, but
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, but it tells about like storytelling and like being authentic in music. Would you agree with that? Though?
Yeah, exactly. Like when I wrote that, it just poured out of me because it's all just honest words. Like they're my favorite songs to write. Like when it feels so easy because you're literally just telling the tale. Yeah, that one was written really easily and I felt really good about it. Like as soon as I finished it, I was like, I like that one. And I like singing it. Like there's some jazzy bits in it, but it's quite rhythmic and like, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Would you see yourself doing more of that in the future, or good?
Yeah. Yeah, I think a good mix because I love keeping everything interesting. So I think whether it's a live show or the singles that I'm putting out, I think I always want to keep people on their toes.
Yeah, yeah. And I think people will appreciate it as well. Like, oh, she's very versatile. She does everything. Like, yeah, but there must be like if you're doing a EP or the album or an album in the future, like there must be like themes and that kind of thing. Like, what do you think?
What I'm writing at the moment, well, I've been writing so many songs and I'm obviously just choosing the best. But yeah, there's definitely been songs and they've got connections and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, if you would have a collaboration with anybody right now to do something like both of you guys singing together, like who would it be?
That's such a good question.
Uh-huh.
I think because of everything that's going off right now, and like I said, I went to go see her recently. I think writing a song with Ray would just be incredible because she is similar to me that she doesn't want to just write a certain type. You know, she's done it all really. So the possibilities of songwriting and collaborating with Ray would be endless, which is what I would want.
And of course, like, have you thought about like what kind of song or what kind of lyrics would you write?
I love the idea of when she goes from, like, almost like rapping to then doing the really beautiful, like,
Yeah,
vocal
yeah.
melodies. So something like that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's so cool. Like, hopefully it comes your way and that kind of
We'll
thing.
see,
Yeah,
won't
we'll see. But yeah, I mean the way most of the music is it sounds so similar, but the way when somebody sings it, it just goes a different route or sounds so different. Like,
yeah.
how do you stay like unique, really?
That's a really good question. So unique when writing jazz songs?
When writing or singing it the way you sing it or like how you
Gosh.
cherry people, like it's
I
hard.
think yeah, I think the best way to stay unique is to not try and yeah, not try. Basically, when you're always just being yourself, you're being authentic, like you yeah, being true to who you are, you will be unique. It's probably when you question yourself too much or trying to change to fit other people's expectations or to what you think people want to hear or what you think you should be doing or saying or looking like or whatever. Yeah, I can't say I spend that much time thinking about how to be unique and just probably thinking about
Yeah.
just having fun.
Having fun.
Probably,
Yeah,
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 because if I'm having fun making music I enjoy, I feel like it'd be very hard for everyone to not like it. Someone's got to. If I'm
somebody's
having
got
fun,
to,
someone else has got to
yeah.
catch on to it.
Oh, well, a lot of people catch on to it really, so you shouldn't worry too much about that. But
Thank you.
it's like you there's so much personality. You bring so much personality, but also to
Thank
the
you.
songs and that kind of thing, and I love that.
Thank you.
That's so genuine and that's so like when I listen, it's like I can relate to it as well,
That's lovely.
which is
Thank you.
yeah, of
It's
course,
really
no
kind of you.
problem. Yeah, no problem. Speaking of being like personality, like you said, you're a teacher. You work in musically as a teacher.
Yeah, so I teach singing lessons.
Good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like another part, and I do like community choirs and stuff like that, which is
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there are so many like community choirs around your area and that kind of thing. I should go to Stockton more. That's all I would say.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you see the music influences that's happening there, and there's so many different genres. Like what do you listen to any other genre? Like you have any
Absolutely.
favorites? Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to all sorts, and I love it when like a student will come in and want to do a song and I haven't heard it, especially because I don't spend a lot of time listening to like the charts anymore, to be honest.
Nah. Yeah. Me neither. Yeah.
No. So, but saying that, sometimes they'll be like, I want to do this song, and I listen to it and I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool. So yeah, they do all sorts of stuff. And then I like to sometimes when they come in and they don't have a suggestion, I'll teach them kind of some of the music that I love. And it's nice that we kind of both like learn new music.
Yeah. Like the a question about the teaching as well. Like you teach like different age groups and that kind of thing, do you?
Yeah, yeah.
Like how what are the musical tastes of each like age group and like
Asian troop. Yeah, so gosh, it totally depends. Obviously there's a lot of pop going on.
yeah,
That's probably like the biggest is that people wanting to do a lot of like Olivia Rodrigo and Taylor Swift
yeah,
and Chapel Row and all that stuff. Absolutely fine by me. But no, I do have a lot of students that love jazz that want to do the soul stuff that'll just come in and say they want to do like a big belty song. So we might do
yeah,
like, I don't know, like an old dance track or whatever. But we even do some like musical theatre, so all sorts of different genres. Um, which is class. But they're all like we were talking about earlier, they all cross between each other, especially a lot of the musical theatre stuff now, like the contemporary stuff, it's all very pop.
yeah, yeah. Like okay, so when you're teaching, like what kind of things do you teach the children? Because I've done singing in choirs and all that kind of stuff, but I've never
Yeah.
been properly taught like, "Oh, do this, like this is a technique you need to do." Like,
Uh-huh.
what do you teach then?
So again, totally depends on the student. Sorry, because I
Yeah,
teach adults as well.
yeah,
Totally depends on who they are and what they want from their singing. And but safe singing is my number one priority. I've had experiences when I was younger where I probably wasn't singing as safely as I should have. To
yeah,
be honest, when I was in the Lulas as well, because you do a lot of gigs in like, old pubs and clubs and stuff, and the PA systems are dreadful, so you can't hear yourself. So you're pushing your voice. And then the next day you're like, "Oh my God, why can't I speak?" And it's
yeah,
because you were not using the right technique, Marina,
yeah.
that is
I
why.
think you can.
So I've learned a lot over the last 10 years about all of that stuff. So teaching safe singing, obviously like tuning in their ear. My favorite part of teaching is helping them find the music that like the style that suits them and that they really enjoy. Because sometimes, they might come in and want to do Taylor Swift. And then you might teach them like an old jazz standard, and they're like, next week, "Oh, can we do another one of those ones, Marina?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we
Yes,
can."
you can. Yeah, that's my interest, and I would love to do it over and over again. Good.
But with
Yeah,
singers like Levy and Ray and that kind of thing, and even like Olivia Dean, they're really inspiring them. And it's nice that it's kind of doing like a bit of a full circle.
yeah, I agree very much, and you should keep on teaching. Like, well,
No, I do.
until
I
you
love
do,
it.
yeah, until you do full-time music or whatever, you should just continue. Well, even if you do continue doing the choir, like, do you just tell people, oh, you should go and sing in community choirs, you should sing in your school choir, you should do something
Yeah.
like,
I just think that music in general, like, even if someone isn't, the most confident, or even if, someone will come to me and say, "Well, I can't sing," there's so much to get from being involved in a community choir, or, if they enjoy music and they enjoy singing, like, do it, because, the benefits for like your mental health and expressing yourself, and even just things like your lungs capacity, like there's crazy science like about all of the benefits from singing. I do feel really passionate about that. And I love all that side of my job a lot as well. And like, yeah, I get a lot from that.
and are there like any particular moments or breakthroughs that your students have gone through it, like you just find so meaningful that it's happened to them?
For sure. Like, I have a lot of students, just of course, that are going through difficult times in their life, or maybe don't have very much self-confidence. And like, students that'll come in and, barely speaking because of how nervous they are. And then to see them grow, and whether it's a performance or whether if it's just me in the room, but hearing, their voice really shine, and then, leave with a big smile on their face, like feeling
Yeah.
good about themselves. Like, there's a lot of like more the holistic side of the job that I find really, really important and significant.
Yeah, which is good because you have to feel positive and you have to feel like even if it's a song about sadness, about anything else, you have to feel positive.
Yeah, and I think, I've got to make a trusting relationship in that room. Your voice is such a vulnerable part of yourself, because like you are your instrument. It's not like just getting your violin out, it's all connected, like how you're actually feeling that day when you're using it. So yeah.
Yeah, I got some experience teaching, but it's mostly like piano music and
Nice.
so
Oh,
and
you'll
like
have to give me a lesson, Trevor.
oh, I need singing lessons. Honestly, like I've never had a single lesson. Well, I have like training, but not like a proper lesson. So I might reach out to you for that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, you'd be
Yeah,
more than
yeah. And
welcome.
like I agree with all the points you're mentioning because when I'm teaching kids like who are like 10 and they're not talking and they're not, they just want something to be happy about. And when I teach them anything like jazz standards or classical stuff, or some of them just feel so happy and like, oh, can we play this again? Like it's
Gorgeous,
the
isn't
best
it?
thing, isn't it? It's just
It's
the best
lovely.
thing. Yeah. All right. I'm trying to get emotional now. And yeah, we're literally the same. Like I want to touch on something big now is the the PRS Foundation Accelerator program thing, which you got, which is good because I know a few people like Robin Erico who got it as
Hmm.
well, who they're trying to help. She's doing her EPs. She's already done her EP, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to a show in Darlington soon, so
Nice.
that'll be fun. But yeah, like tell me like how has that like helped you? Like how did you get to know the people who are doing those things?
Yeah, so it was really cool because it was like a Tees Valley opportunity. So it was only kind of applicable for people that live in the area. But yeah, I think I'd got to the point because I've released 6 singles now, all kind of self-funded. And obviously it's tough out here in this world. So really, I've only been releasing, I think it's something like 2 singles a year, which is nowhere near enough,
No.
but it's hard. So for me to have the funding to release more music this year than I ever have before, and actually like, an EP, like a body of music is really exciting, especially because, I'm being able to use the full band for this and get a bit more support with like the marketing side of it and stuff. So yeah, it's really exciting. And it was just lovely to have like come into this year with the weight off my shoulders of how am I going to fund my projects this year. So it's like peace of mind in that sense as well.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like just such a help that people just don't know how much stuff you need to go through just to make it. Like, what are the biggest like struggles that you have like so far to just get there?
I think, well, there's just obviously just logistics are hard in
Yeah.
this area, to be honest, because there aren't many places to be rehearsing, like rehearsal spaces. There are recording studios, but again, they're few and far between. So you've got to book in advance, and people can double book and things can go wrong, and people can be ill and things come up.
Oh
And
yeah.
oh my goodness, it's wild out there.
Oh yeah.
So I had like a time frame for when all of this was going to happen, and I've had to become more and more realistic of everything getting pushed back and pushed back, which I've struggled with because I'm not the most patient person. But I think what I've realized is I want it to be right. I don't want it to be rushed. So I've took that pressure off myself. And I've got the single coming out and then the EP will be later on, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Fine. It's a progression. It's
Of course
good.
it is. Like, it is what it is at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Of
I
course
am
it
trying
is.
my best and I think people can see that.
And I'm sure you're gonna say more about it in your stuff that you're doing on YouTube and everywhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of ideas do you have for like this month? Like you haven't done
The
some
EP. Oh,
EP
no, sorry, the
and
month.
the both, both.
I mean, the video this month, I was going to do an International Women's Day theme, but I mean, it's past now, unless
No,
it's
it's
still
never too late.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I might go along those lines. I might try and do my bloopers a little bit less than the last one because the first one, I wasn't even planning on doing like a blooper intro, but it's me and there's going to be a lot of bloopers. So I was like, well, I'll do it. And then the second time, there was just way too many bloopers to choose from. So I think the bloopers were like nearly 2 minutes long. So maybe I'll try and go back to the 1 minute of that and maybe do a little bit more music and talking.
talking that like
If I've
next.
got any words left after I've finished speaking to you.
You will have a lot of words. Yeah, how yeah, EP, like what's the ideas on that? Like I know you have the songs.
Yeah, well, you say that. Like I said, I've written so many songs, so I need to choose which are the priority for the EP. But there's one song that I'm like really, really excited about. I can't say too much about
Yeah.
it, but I played it at my headline show acoustic. So this was back in July, I think, or something. And that was the first time we'd played it live. And also, I'd only probably written it 2 weeks before then, but I was like, no, we're going to put it in because I want to see what people think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And every time, like, obviously, I played it that night and it went down really, really well, considering it was just acoustic guitar and me. And then every time I've played it since, people are like, what is that song? When's it out? Whatever. So I'm really, really excited about that one. And then, yeah, just tying the others around my really exciting single. But it'll be so interesting because everyone says, like, you think you know what's the song on the EP, but then obviously everyone makes up their own mind. So it'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
of course. Yeah, of course. Speaking of that, like what's your future plans, performances and that kind of thing? Like you have things coming up.
Yeah, so I'm doing a strip down gig soon at the waiting room in Eaglescliffe. That's on Mother's Day, so that'll be nice, and that'll be another chance for me to play some of the new stuff out. Because I love, getting people's reactions to stuff
Yeah.
before you go into the studio. So that'll be nice, and then hopefully got some exciting announcements that aren't yet
Yeah.
officiated. But some other bits that are hopefully going to be a little bit further afield, like I said, but not a tour, but hopefully you might just see me popping up somewhere,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Perhaps. Yeah. Just a little bit, please.
And then I do have a headline gig in September, so I know it's a
Yeah.
while away. But that'll hopefully be, some of the EP songs will be out by then,
Yeah.
and that'll be my biggest headline gig to date. So that's very
Yeah.
exciting, and that'll
Yeah.
be a full show.
And I hope you get like more stuff.
Thank you.
All right, back to episode, please. We've come to the end of the podcast. It's so lovely to have you, and I'm just gonna let's do some quick fire questions just to get it all out. You know,
Okay.
yeah, which is good. Favorite song to perform live?
Oh, my unreleased song.
Yes,
Yeah, that one. It's called Old News.
that one. Yeah, yeah, that's great. Yeah. So when you're jotting down ideas, do you jot it on notebooks or phones or digitally or something?
But only because I can't write as quick as my mind works.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Like, so do you do a lot of like voice notes and that kind of thing? Or?
Yes.
Right. Like, can you give us an example of like one song that you just relied on voice notes just to like build
Oh
it up?
gosh. All of them will have been on voice
Fair
notes.
enough.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're doing songwriting, lyrics first or melody first?
Melody, but sometimes hand in hand.
And then yeah. Hidden talent most people don't know about that you have.
I'm quite good at tongue twisters and accent.
Can you give us one? Come on. Come on.
Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
This is the vocal training that I know and love.
Oh,
That's so good. Like it's crazy. I can't say that. But,
I can do the whole
it,
thing if you want.
uh,
It's all
why
right. We're doing
you
quick
could
fire.
you no. To be fair, you should do it. To be fair.
Okay.
All right.
Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Pepper picked?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
That's extraordinary. World records. That's so good. Yes. I'm so happy now because I could.
Brilliant. I'm so glad
That's
I've made you do it.
that's what I was taught when I was younger. But like, let's stay with the other kind of singing. Like, yeah, crazy. All right. Favorite place you performed so far?
Kendall Garland.
Yeah, I'm sure you would say that. Yeah. Okay, we talked about the collaborations, but how about somebody who's not here anymore? Somebody
Ooh.
legendary or
Ella Fitzgerald.
really? Why?
Oh, Queen of Jazz.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, if you did something like, what kind of thing would you do?
A scatter.
Really?
How fun would that
How
be?
would
I
that
mean, I know I'd
sound?
lose, but imagine.
Yeah, imagine that'd be crazy. Um, do you have? You don't have writer's block, do you?
Oh, I can from time to time.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, how do you just like? I'm gonna sip a cup of tea and just maybe it'll come out. Like,
Oh, yeah. Or I just write a really bad song because I think it's important to know what
really?
a bad song is.
Yeah, yeah. I really would benefit. I I I know a person. The person's name is I think Benny Sings. I think if you listen to his music, like you just hear. It's one album that sounds so good and like full-fledged songs and everything. And and some of his albums are just voice notes. Just
Wow.
thinking about you should listen to him. Like
Yeah.
he does a lot of that kind of not soul but more like rhythmic that kind
Yeah,
of
nice.
yeah. And you should listen
Oh,
to him. Like
cool.
he just comes up with just nonsense or
Yeah.
just some lyrics that just but the beats just yeah.
Oh, class.
I'm being a bit but anyways yeah. Most memorable live performance like in terms of like
Okay.
everything.
Probably my last headline show.
Yeah, that's good. One word to describe your music or one sentence.
Engaging
Engaging.
and
Yeah.
authentic. You shouldn't really call yourself authentic, but basically, I just mean that I'll make a lot of bad jokes and laugh
Yeah.
at myself, so you'll know that there's no like script or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. If you were not a musician, what would you be doing?
Ooh. I'd like to think I'd be like working within theatre or like TV or film or
Yeah,
something.
musical theater or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you didn't have the voice or even the musical interest, like maybe you would do something else.
I can only do creative stuff, so I'd have to
Yeah.
be like writing a
Yeah.
book or something.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could open for any artist in the world right now
The
or
work.
tomorrow, what would it be? World.
That is such a question. I'm going to say Lake Street Dive because I'm going to watch them at the back end of the year, and I think I would fit them very nicely.
Yeah. Fair enough. Like, okay, that's so good, and like I really appreciate your time today. It's just so good just to talk about life in
Absolutely.
general and that kind of thing. And Marina Josephina, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I'm gonna try and go watch your stuff. But
Thank you so
yeah,
much for having me. It's been
appreciate.
lovely
Of course,
chatting to you.
appreciate. Yeah, thank you.
Take care.